Hi everybody, welcome to my revamped channel. So I am breathing life back into my YouTube channel. I stopped making videos a while back when things got crazy, and things are crazier now. So because of that, I need to come up with a new budget. I need to be held accountable. This is going to be an extra challenging year because I am on sabbatical. So that means I've officially gone from being a college teacher to being a college student for the 2021-2022 academic year. In order to stay motivated and to have you guys be my cheerleaders and help me keep going, because it's gonna be rough. It's gonna get stressful, and I'm gonna have to be pinching pennies even harder. I decided to make some changes. One of them is this blog that I'll be posting on. So I will be active again on my Instagram and my YouTube, but I'm also going to be using this new site to track my progress, blab, come up with ideas, and all sorts of stuff. So wanted to show the website to you to have you look around. I will be posting the links in my YouTube videos as well as on my Instagram information, and you're welcome to check out any of the above. So here we go. This is my site, and the very first thing you're going to see when you scroll is my list of budgeting accomplishments. So just a quick rundown. Back in 2015, I was drowning in debt. I owed money on my house, a car, a ridiculous amount of credit cards and things like that. So that is when I started following, at that time, the Dave Ramsey baby steps. So a year after starting it, I was able to pay off $16,000 in credit card debt. It was actually more than that, but I like to round my numbers. So that was a great accomplishment. That was something that I owed almost the same on my credit cards as I did on my car, but I tackled my credit card debt first because that had a higher interest rate, and that's something that you do on the Dave Ramsey baby steps. So that means the following year then, once I got my credit card debt out of the way, I attacked my car loan. So I was able to pay that down in that year. Then in 2018, because I no longer had to pay credit card bills, I no longer had a car loan to pay, then I threw an extra $10,000 that year towards my mortgage principal to knock that down. Then in 2019, I decided to refinance in order to help shrink how much I had to pay every month. And so that happened in February. And in that year, I went hard. I put so much money towards attacking that particular loan. And so in that year's time, I paid off $25,000, which is an amazing accomplishment. However, 2020 came around and changed everything, as we all know, for everybody. So I went into storm mode during that time, and I focused on saving money in emergency funds instead of on paying debt. That's when my focus shifted. I also applied for sabbatical thinking I wasn't going to get it because two people I knew, two instructors, applied and got rejected. But I said, well, why not? Let's try it. And I got approved. So this year I am going to be focused on being a college student. I actually started my classes this summer and just finished up my very first one. So what I focused on then in 2020 was to create sinking funds. And basically those are pockets of money. One was to cover my tuition because I was shocked at how expensive tuition was. It'd been 10 years since I'd taken my last college class, and tuition just went bananas in that time. I also had another sinking fund where I put in my fixed expenses that I knew I was going to have for the year, because one of the stipulations with HR while I'm on sabbatical is that I can't work for someone else during the year that I'm taking off from working for them. So I wanted to make sure I had a pocket of money for that. So everything from all my insurances, car insurance, home insurance, flood insurance, car tags, all those sorts of things I set aside to have ready to hold me over for that year. And so here I am. Again, it's going to be a challenging year money-wise, and so that's why I need your help. I need you to, follow my journey and keep me on the path. And when I mess up, I'll be totally honest about it so that you guys can, help keep me accountable. So currently, my debt is what I owe on the house, which is $36,383. So here is the next part of my blog. I have some inspirational quotes that really kind of light a fire under me. So this first one says, that's why you call it a budget. You set it and you don't budge. That's something that I really need to be strict on this year. I'm going to be living on a pretty tight budget to make ends meet. The next quote, I jumped over to Plato's quote, which is something that I need to follow this year as well. It says, the greatest wealth is to live content with little. Again, we tend to buy a lot of stuff, and I need to focus on, just being happy with what I have, reusing what I have, shopping my own stash, things like that, and just not always wanting to buy. So that's another quote. This one says, the secret to budgeting is that it needs to be honest, not what you think it should be or wish it could be, but what it really is. And so really that's the whole focus of my debt journey, of me sharing my debt journey with everybody. And act your wage. I don't want to be one of those people that lives beyond my means. In other words, I'm in debt because I'm buying all the stuff that I really can't afford. So I want to focus on just, acting my wage. There is a partial picture of me, and if you notice all those spots, that is a wonderful advertising for wear your sunscreen, kids. Look at all that sun damage, my goodness. So there's part of my face, and unfortunately I focused on the sun damaged part of my face. But there's just my little intro, again, college teacher turned college student for this academic year. If you click into that button right there, it's going to take you to my Instagram account, my dvsdebt Instagram account, if you want to follow me there. And you can also follow me on my YouTube channel. So down here is a link to my dvsdebt YouTube channel, where I'll be posting hopefully a couple of times a week at least. And this happens to be a video you can watch that has been my most viewed video on YouTube so far. I created a little system where I hide my money inside my planner, inside the little dividers, so that I can carry it around with me, and no one would ever know that there's money hiding inside. The next section on the left-hand side is a questionnaire. I want to get to know my audience a little bit better, and I also am hoping to gain inspiration about, the type of content to make. So for now, it's just a quick set of 7 questions. So, just fill out this form and submit once you finish answering the questions at the bottom. The last question basically is me asking, well, what kind of content are you interested in? I have ideas of what I'm going to be posting, but maybe you might come up with something that is like, oh yeah, I should try that. Here's a quick little ASMR type video. It's a quick flip through of my new cash envelopes that I made. So I'm going to make a more detailed video about that. But basically, I just spent $5 putting together a new budget wallet to inspire me to follow my new budget. And there's just a quote by Benjamin Franklin that I find very inspirational. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. That's so true. Spend $1 here and there and everywhere, and it adds up. And then you're drowning in debt. You sank your battleship with all these little tiny expenses that ended up flooding you overall. The next section I'm going to show you is my blog. So when you click on the blog link up at the upper right hand corner of the page, it'll take you to my blog section. So to be able to read each entry, right now I only have one. So right here it says blog entry number 1, August 18th, 2021. You click the title to expand it, and you'll be able to read what I wrote. So I'll be adding to that again every week, hopefully at least once a week. Sometimes I might not feel like filming a video, and so I'll just type in, some thoughts into the blog. So that's something that I'll be filling in as time goes on. And the next link that I have, again in the upper right hand side for you to click and look through, are my affiliate links. So I am an Amazon affiliate. What that means is that when you purchase through one of my links, I get a itty bitty little commission. It's like 25 cents, but hopefully it'll add up. And so right now I have a selection of my favorite budgeting tools. Thinking of also putting my favorite personal stuff like, lotions and shampoo and silly things like that. If you're interested in that, let me know. So literally, everything that you buy from my affiliate links is going to be for my kiddos, my fur babies. I have a dog and a cat. I purchase all of the items for them through Amazon. And so that's where all this commission money is going to go to. So I'm not sure if by clicking on this link right here, and if you make a purchase by entering through this link up here where it says shop, connect, enjoy, I'm not sure if I get a commission that way. So if anybody knows, let me know. But here's a list of items that if you do click directly into these individual links, I will get a commission if you decide to purchase them. So it's just a collection so far, and it'll grow, but just the things that I thought of off the top of my head, like what do I love to use when I'm budgeting? So for example, my Mildliners, I use those all over the place to color code and things like that. There are some books that I found very inspirational. So The Year of Less is one book that really, blew my mind. She was very honest about the reasons why we might tend to overspend, emotional reasons why. And so I thought that was a very helpful book. Underneath it, where it says Debt-Free Living, The Spender's Guide to Living Debt-Free, that was also a very funny book, but very eye-opening as well. And then right above it is The Millionaire Teacher. This one I haven't followed the steps basically because it gets into investing, and that's something that I still need to learn more about. So I haven't dipped my toe into that, but I found it inspirational that a teacher, just like me, on a very tight budget, he's making money the smart way by investing. So there is the cash wallet that I have and love, SavvyCents. Here's some Frixion erasable pens that are very important when I'm a pen and paper kind of gal, you're going to see in my videos. And so these erasable pens are great because you can color code, which I love to do, but you can also erase the ink, which is great. There are some cool things. For example, there's me being a geek. There's a spiral dotted notebook, happens to have Princess Leia on the cover. And so that particular notebook not only has amazing quality paper, like super thick, so your highlighters and stuff won't bleed through, but the cover is amazing. It says a force to be reckoned with, like the force, may the force be with you. There are the $5 envelopes that I used to create my new cash envelope wallet, which we'll be looking at closer in another video coming up. And Laminator, all kinds of things like that. Also at the very bottom is my Amazon wish list. So if you click into here and purchase one of my items, it'll get shipped to me, and I will be forever grateful. But also my pets, Peaches and Loki, will be forever grateful as well, because everything on here, everything on my Amazon wish list is stuff for them: food, litter, treats, things like that. So again, that's an option if you want to help me out, like for my birthday, Christmas, or just feeling generous one day and want to buy something. I would deeply appreciate it, and so would my pets. So anyways, there is an overview of my blog. Again, I'll be posting videos. I'm hoping for a couple a week minimum. And I'll also be posting on this blog at least once a week. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on my debt-free journey. Fingers crossed that this year will be a good one as I'm on my sabbatical and as I tighten my belt on my expenses. So again, thank you for watching.